All right, here we are, Estes Park, Colorado. Rocky Mountain National Park is the main draw of this destination. Obviously, the scenery behind me is what it's all about. Also, the wildlife. It is that time of the year. The elk are starting to move down into the valleys a little bit more. Going to be out in the meadows a little bit. We're going to truck around, see if we can get some of the elk on camera. Saw some big bulls the other night tearing it up, chasing the harems around, starting to get their harems together, seeing which ladies they're going to pick out for the season. Also, they still have the calves running around with the cows as well. Maybe see if we can get some action footage of some pikas gathering some hay. They're a little rodent type creature that's a member of the rabbit family, and they don't hibernate during the winter, so they're going to be gathering their hay and tucking it up underneath the rocks, so they got something to feed off of through the rest of the winter. Maybe see some rock marmots. They'll be fattening up for the winter. They do hibernate for about 8-9 months out of the year. Snow comes fairly early here in the park, so they're going to be tucking away here end of this month into the beginning of September. They'll start to go into their burrows and hibernate for the rest of the year. Also going to see if we can do a little fly fishing. The park is a big destination for fly fishing. East Slope. Greenback cutthroat is the most pursued trout here in the park. At one point, the greenbacks were thought to be extinct. They'd been fished out, and non-native species kind of pushed them out until the early 1950s. They found two thriving populations here in the park, one in a lake and one in a smaller stream, and reintroduced them back into some of the waters in the area. And now they've actually got some thriving populations going here, and you are allowed to fish them. It is catch and release, so we'll see if we can hook up on a couple nice greenbacks today for the camera. Also going to check out, see what kind of horseback riding's going on here. Another popular thing to do in the park and in the area, so we'll cruise by some stables, see if there's any rides going out. And then cruise downtown, see what kind of food and beer and trouble we can get into later on in the afternoon, what's actually happening in Estes Park. A lot of shops, a lot of shopping in the area. But again, big draw for the area is the scenery and the wildlife. Just beautiful here. Is some good altitude. There's some 14ers in the area. Long's Peak is very, very close. It's a Category 3 14er. A little bit tougher. You do got to do a little bit of scrambling. Fairly long hike, so we might go over there and see if anybody's coming off the mountain today. Maybe do a little hiking ourselves, check it out, and go from there. So again, welcome to Estes Park and Rocky Mountain National Park. All right, as you can see from the signage, we're at about 12,000 feet here in Rocky Mountain National Park, up amongst the tundra, fairly fragile ecosystem. If you do come up to the park, make sure that you stay on the trails, make sure that you're drinking plenty of water, staying hydrated, and make sure you bring some rain gear. Always be on the lookout for storms when you're up at this elevation. But as you can see, it's all about the views. Just to the south of us here, just off the trails, the Alpine Visitor Center, gift shop, all that kind of stuff. Fairly popular trail, good opportunity to see some more wildlife. We saw some elk on the way up here, as well as a good opportunity to see bighorn, pika, hoary marmots, those sorts of things. But again, make sure you're staying hydrated at this elevation. You are going to get winded climbing up here, but definitely worth the view.